Hey guys, I just recently learned about MQTT brokers and I've connected one to the Raspberry Pi. Then I sent telemetry from the Raspberry Pi to the MQTT broker. And finally, I made a server that listens to the telemetry and does a specific action. Now I'm going to show you the outputs of the MQTT broker that was connected to the Raspberry Pi. Then the telemetry that was sent from the Raspberry Pi. Then finally, the server that does a specific action when the telemetry was sent. Now I'm going to show you three different codes and their outputs. The first one is the MQTT broker that's connected to the Raspberry Pi. Once we run the code, we can see that MQTT connected means that the Raspberry Pi is connected to the MQTT. Now we can see light sensor values are more than 300, so the LED turns off. When we turn off the light, the dip in the light sensor values will be less than 300, so the LED will turn on. The light is off and the light sensor values are less than 300, so the LED is turned on. The second code is the telemetry, which will be sent from the Raspberry Pi to the MQTT broker. Once it's ran, we can see MQTT connected. That means the Raspberry Pi is connected to the MQTT broker. Now we're sending telemetry, which is the light sensors values in a JSON format to the MQTT broker. And we can see the values are more than 300, so the LED is turned on. If the lights were off, the light sensor values would be less than 300, and those values would be sent to the MQTT broker. The third code is a server code, and that is listening for telemetry, and once a telemetry is received, it does a specific action like turning on the LED or turning off the LED. Once we run the code, we can see message received. That means the telemetry has sent a message to the server, and then it's doing LED underscore on, which is a function, and that is false because it's more than 300 the value, so the LED doesn't turn on. Once the light is off, we can notice that there's a spike in the light sensor value, which means that the light sensor value is less than 300. So the function becomes true and the LED turns on. In today's video, you guys saw the outputs of three different codes working together, from connecting the Raspberry Pi to MQTT, sending telemetry, and finally receiving commands to control an LED. If you would like to reproduce any of these results, I've written a detailed blog post on my personal website and on Medium. You'll find the link down in the description. And also feel free to join my Discord server. I am there with a bunch of awesome people who can help you with your projects and questions. And make sure to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. That's where I post these kind of contents also. And also like, subscribe, and drop a comment if you have any questions or feedback. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.